Hey guys, coming to you from the workbench with a quick overview of the Nerf Zombie Driller. I've already unboxed this, but it comes with the blaster itself, 16 Zombie Green Elite darts, which are unmarked. Of course, they don't have the Zombie Strike logo on them any place, but the color's good. And the sight that's attached up on the top there. The blaster itself, I guess kind of features-wise, comes with these, it's got two rails, so a bottom rail and then up on the top. It comes with a grip holder, which holds 4 darts. It'd be nice for scavenging, running around if your cylinder is already full. I do find it strange that they give you a space for 4 when the capacity of the blaster itself is 5. The cylinder is loaded only from the front, and it really only loads comfortably from these bottom 2 spots. If you've got them going and you try to get in there, you'll have to sort of bend the dart around. But the good news there is that the cylinder does rotate pretty freely as long as it's not primed. And you can see I do have sort of a variety pack of ammo in place. So some of the strange stuff here, I do think that the inked printing on the outside of the blaster is pretty nice. As far as the quality goes, it's got kind of a satin finish over the top of it, so you can see it does kind of reflect my shop lights there. It's not crazy reflective, but it's definitely not a matte finish. But the thing that's really strange, or I think a missed opportunity for him here, also happened with the Zombie Strikeout, the bat, with the 2 jolts in it, and that thing as well had the same problem. I'm sure you already see what I'm talking about here, which is the vast majority of the space available here to be printed on one side of the blaster actually has warning labels. So not only do you get warning labels in English, but also some other languages here. So great that they're inclusive. I know it's a toy brand, so they've got to put some warning labels on there. But at the same time, maybe they could have molded those the warnings in and then printed over the top of them. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but if the main focus of the line is the deco, then it would have been nice if the deco got better focus. But one thing, this is said semi-sarcastically, but one thing that's great here is the Nerf on both sides is painted. Oh my gosh, they can do it if they want to. But it's actually just part of the ink printing there. The one unique thing I think about this blaster as a whole is it does have a spring return on the hammer versus like a hammer shot where it stays cocked and locked. With this one, you cock it back and it pops back into place. So a pro or a con, I guess, depending on how you like to play. And the cylinder does advance on prime, so as you pull back, it'll move ahead. It's not going to do it here because it's already primed up. But to share some of the performance with you quick, spoiler alert, there are no surprises with this. So the first 2 shots are going to be the Elite darts that it came with. 65.7, 69.6. Now we'll go on to a Adventure Force waffle head. We'll have 2 of those. Oh, I hit the inside of the chrono. So just 1. 60.7, slightly lower. That's not a surprise. That's a slightly heavier dart. Last one here is an AccuFake. And 42.9. My guess is I probably hit the inside. Let me try that again. And I did fire that AccuStrike dart a few more times off camera, and it gives me results in the mid-50s. It may just be a worn dart. I guess some mod thoughts that I'm having up front on this, and just looking at the exterior. So the first thing is this hole saw in here, nice and bright for safety, right? But this is practically unholsterable this way, and so I would consider maybe doing a 3D printed replacement piece to just put it right back here. That way it doesn't require any shell cutting, but you could probably put an in-strike barrel lug on the end of that. Also, for my hands, and I do wear like a size extra large glove, you can see I'm kind of out of space with a full grip on there. I mean, I can do it. It's not too bad. It's a little bit cramped with the way that this bottom piece is set up here, so I would consider maybe cutting this off and going kind of straight down and just save 3 of the dart holders on there. That would be probably doable without too much trouble. And then the last thing I was thinking here is this also fits quite nicely down here, which is kind of a normal spot for a light. You can see if you were maybe doing running through someplace that was dark, you could reach this with another finger really easily. So this would probably be able to just take the guts of a cheap Amazon LED. You could slap that in there, and then you keep the Nerf look, but you could actually have this be useful for something. All right, guys, so it's 14 screws later. Nice of them to switch from solvent weld and clips back to screws, but 14 seems a little excessive for a blaster this size. Inside, not an exact clone necessarily, but looking pretty similar, same general design language as what we saw in the hammer shot. And you can see there's a big difference up here. So this is multiple pieces, right? As you go to prime this back, now the hammer is catching on the other side of this piece and drawing it back, so that once this top piece here clips into place, then the hammer is free to follow the spring back up to the top. Other than that, though, it does look pretty similar to a hammer shot. So the spring here looking a little dinky. Let's see if I can pop that out of there on camera without losing it forever. I mean, I'm in my basement, so so there's the spring. For comparison's sake, let me grab okay, so here's the spring coming out of there, and here is a Orange Modworks 7 kg plus spring, which is going into a Swarm Fire. Actually, this one's pretty stout, but I'm not going to hazard a guess, and I don't have a hammer shot apart right now to compare and contrast. Nevertheless, it does pop out of there pretty easily. And then the other thing I saw that was of interest here, at least to me, with wanting to get rid of this whole saw, is number one, that pops right out. So I suppose you could go ahead and just run it like that if you wanted to. You could also just like cut this off somewhere reasonable and dress the end. I think it would be just fine. But then with the cylinder here, pulling that out, it pops out very nicely. If you take a look, I wonder if you'll be able to see this. See that right back in behind there? There's actually holes right there. Looks like there's a pretty easy potential maybe there for plugging that. I don't think I would consider those to be like the rival like speed holes in a barrel, because this is shooting a lot lighter than that. So maybe some potential there to plug those up and get a little more. Anyway, this is not a mod video. This is just a quick overview. So there it is, and thank you very much.